Is Perplexity Pro worth it? This is a common question that I receive, and there's no shortage of paid AI tools these days. So, in this video, I'm going to try my best to help you answer the question of is Perplexity Pro worth it or not for you and your use cases. So, be sure to stick around for the full video. And if this happens to be your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and my mission is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools and prompts that I'm using for marketing and content creation, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. Now, I did make a video on this same topic back in October of 2024, but obviously a lot has changed since then. Perplexity has done an amazing job of adding new updates, integrations, and features, and I'm going to talk about a lot of those in this video. So I thought, why not now make an updated video to the question of is Perplexity Pro worth it or not for 2025? So I've been a subscriber of Perplexity Pro for almost a year now, and while I don't consider myself the number one guru of Perplexity, I do have a lot of experience using this tool. And the very first thing to call out is that a subscription to Perplexity Pro still costs $20 a month. This is the same price as when they announced it, and it is the same price as ChatGPT Plus and also Claude Pro, and I believe Gemini Advanced is still $20 a month as well. I do have a referral link you can find in the video description below if you want to try Perplexity Pro for a month and see what happens. I do get a very small kickback from that. They actually take 50% off my monthly subscription price. So shout out to the 22 of you who purchased this from my last video. And when it comes to the features of Perplexity Pro, one of the very first things to consider are the differences between the free searches and the pro searches. On a free plan of Perplexity, you do get unlimited free searches, but you only get, according to them, 3 pro searches per day. Versus on the pro tier, of course, you get unlimited free searches there as well, but you get over 300 pro searches per day. Now, I did go ahead and create a free account, a free Perplexity account on another email just so I could see what was going on here. And they rebranded this to auto, by the way. So this is the unlimited searches that you would get is with auto. But what I noticed right here is there's 5 enhanced queries remaining today. So it looks like you only get 5 pro searches between either pro, reasoning, which is the DeepSeek R1 integration, and also deep research. That was a recent addition as well. And if you're wondering what the difference is between the pro and free searches, I'm going to do a really quick example. I'm going to ask Perplexity to provide a US housing market analysis by city for 2025. But what I realized when I did this is I can't actually utilize free searches because that auto by default directs me to a pro search. And so as a pro user, unless you're using, 300 some queries a day on the higher tiers, you won't even be able to use free searches, which I'm not going to complain about. But this gave me 17 sources, only had 3 steps that it took to generate this answer, but not very in depth, right? So that's the answer that I got using that auto feature. Now, when I did the same thing, when I selected the pro toggle, so for the second one, I actually went ahead and selected pro and not auto. This is what I came up with. It used 31 sources, so it did use more sources. And this answer was a little more in depth, but not by much. And so if you do run out of these pro searches on the free tier, the big difference here is that your answers on pro are going to be much more in depth. You're going to have access to better resources versus relying on the free searches. Now, if I take it a step further and do the deep research, notice all the steps that went into deep research. Now, it only used 29 sources compared to 30 from the pro search, but it looks like there was a lot more thought process here. And this answer was by far the most in depth. So for the US housing market analysis, it gave me all the different regions, and then it had a blurb for each region with all these different sources or all these links going off to different sources. Northeastern hubs, Midwestern markets, Pacific coast, and then it gives me a conclusion. I can follow up with it, generate images, videos, etc. But that's just quickly what the difference is between the quick search, the pro search, and the deep research. And if you want more information about pro searches versus free searches and what sources are being utilized, I'd recommend looking at this help article, and I will leave this in the video description below. Now, one quick tip I realized I forgot to mention is that on the search bar, if you hover over this globe icon right here, we can actually set different search options. So by default, we're on web search, but you can also toggle academic search if you're researching anything and you want academic sources. We can also toggle on social. So if you want to get anything from Reddit or other social forums, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc., that would be what social is for. Now, just some caution: if you decide to toggle on social, you're going to get flooded with a lot of Reddit results. And from my experience, having social turned on, I haven't been very impressed with those results. So I would honestly just recommend leaving web on for the most part. And if you're doing anything academic related, you can toggle that one on as well. And similar to ChatGPT and Claude, Perplexity also offers the ability to upload files called a vision functionality, meaning we can upload PDFs, we can upload images, we can upload spreadsheets, etc. So if that's something that will help you in your search, that's just another feature that Perplexity offers. Now, another important feature of Perplexity Pro to consider is the ability to use several AI models inside one interface. Now, what do I mean by this? So if I click the toggle option here and click Pro Search, you'll notice I have another toggle where I can choose between different AI models. We have Sonar, which is Perplexity's latest model, GPT 4.5, which is OpenAI's latest model. Now, notice we only get 10 uses of this per day, which isn't a huge deal in my opinion. GPT 4.0, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which is Anthropic's most advanced model, Gemini 2.0 Flash, and also Grok 2. Now, I don't see Grok 3, so unfortunately we'll have to settle for Grok 2. But still, this is huge because now we can use Claude 3.7 Sonnet and GPT 4.5 paired with Perplexity. And I'm going to talk about spaces in a little bit, but this is really unique because if I create a Perplexity space, what I can do is actually toggle between different models here as well. So if I click the instructions, scroll down, you'll notice I can toggle between all of these different AI models. I forgot to mention DeepSeek's R1 reasoning models in here. OpenAI's O3 mini reasoning model is in here as well. So you get more, it looks like you get more models inside a Perplexity space versus what I just showed you on the main screen. Now, this is important because if you don't have access to Perplexity Pro and you're using the free plan, notice how there is no option to change the different language models. So by default, as a free user, I believe you'll just be stuck with Sonar. And for those who use Claude a lot, the ability to access Claude 3.7 Sonnet inside Perplexity is actually a really big deal because this offers a workaround where we can now connect to the internet using Claude 3.7 Sonnet. As if you try to do any sort of research or anything internet search related in Claude, it still cannot connect to the internet in real time. This has been one of the biggest complaints that I've had about Claude. And so Perplexity being able to add 3.7 Sonnet inside its web browsing capabilities offers a quick workaround. And speaking of AI models, as a Perplexity Pro user, you can also toggle between different AI image models. And if I come into the settings here and scroll down, you'll notice there's an option to change AI image generation models. So I have Flux 1, which in my opinion is the best AI image model. It's what powers Grok to generate its AI images. Dolly 3, that's what OpenAI uses. And then also Playground V3. I think that's just the default version or the default image model that Perplexity is using for free users. So again, as a free user, you do not have the ability to change these different models. So you'll see I'm on Flux 1 as that is the best AI image model in my opinion. You used to be able to toggle the models right here in the settings, but if I click choose here, it just directs me back to the home screen. So that is a recent interface update that Perplexity has made. Now, the next feature of Perplexity Pro that I want to discuss are Perplexity Spaces. And I have several videos explaining these, and I'll leave all of those in the video description below. But if you've never heard of a Perplexity Space, you can think of this as an alternative to a Claude project or a ChatGPT project. It's an all-in-one knowledge hub. As you'll see right here, we can provide instructions. Now, mine are very detailed, provide a description, a title. We can upload knowledge to train this Perplexity Space, and we can also provide links here as well. Now, what is the difference between using this on a free plan of Perplexity versus the Pro plan? Because even on the free version of Perplexity, if you click Spaces, you have the ability to create a space. But there are certain things on the free plan that you can't do inside Spaces on the Pro version. So let me explain this really quickly. So if I open up my Ryan Dozer personal brand Perplexity Space, one of the biggest differences is if I click the instructions here, we can toggle between different AI models inside a Perplexity space, similar to toggling between different models on a typical Perplexity search. Now, what's interesting about this that I notice is inside a space, we can use DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model, and we can also use OpenAI's O3 mini reasoning model, and we can also use Claude's reasoning model, which is Claude 3.7 Sonnet with extended thinking mode. Now, the other thing that's different between the Pro version and the free version when using Perplexity Spaces is you can upload more files on a Pro plan than you can on the free plan. And so if you want to get the most out of a Perplexity space, that is another reason why you might want to consider upgrading to Perplexity Pro. And just a final note about Perplexity Spaces, I actually call this my AI cheat code. I made a full video explaining this, but really what this means is we can use a combination of DeepSeek's R1 model, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, and also Perplexity sources. So if I click the instructions and scroll down, I can change my AI model to DeepSeek's R1. You could do O3 Mini, you could do other models as well, but you could click DeepSeek R1, click Update, come in here and click Pro, and then you could add Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Make sure you're toggled with web. You could do academic here if you want, but inside a space, with using Perplexity Pro, we can now combine DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, and also Perplexity's web sources. Now, another feature you get as a subscriber of Perplexity Pro is the ability to access Perplexity Shopping. This was a very recent update. I want to say this was towards the end of 2024 that Perplexity added this, but you can read that they have a whole page dedicated to Perplexity Shopping. I'll leave this in the video description below. You can read this for more details, but from a real-world application, if you go to Perplexity and on a Pro search, enter something like best podcast microphone under $100 or any sort of transactional query for that matter, your results will look like this, right? Nothing out of the ordinary here as it's listing options, but where it's different as a Pro member, I have the option to buy straight from Perplexity. You'll see buy from Pro right here, buy with Pro. And if I click this one from Best Buy, for example, it gives me all the key features, what people are saying, the specs, the sound quality, ease of use. It has review sources like Reddit, Best Buy. But what's different is I can click Buy with Pro, and straight from Perplexity's website as a Pro user, I can buy products without even having to go to the retailer's website. Now, I don't know what retailers that Perplexity is showing. Best Buy, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, those types of big retailers. I don't know who's all involved. Maybe that shopping page explains it in more detail. But right from Perplexity, I can add my phone number, I can add my payment card, shipping details, toggle between the color of microphone that I want, add purchase notes, and then I can click Buy with Pro. So right from Perplexity's interface, we can now buy products versus going off to the retailer's website, having to sign up for an account, do all those additional steps. So I think this would save time. Now, when it comes to the pricing, I don't know if this is actually more expensive than what Best Buy would have on its website. I'd have to do a little more research on that. But regardless, Perplexity Shopping is an additional feature that you get as a Pro member. So another Perplexity feature that I quickly want to mention is this Comet browser. This is Perplexity's new web browser for agentic search. Now, it's not available yet. You can sign up for the waitlist. I believe they're creating this to compete with the Firefoxes and the Google Chromes of the world. Now, what we don't know if this will be available to all users of Perplexity, the free users, or if this is going to be exclusive to Perplexity Pro members. So TBD on that. So now I want to talk about Perplexity Pro in comparison to other popular AI subscriptions like ChatGPT Plus and Claude Pro. All three of these still cost $20 a month. So the question then becomes, well, Ryan, if I only have $20 a month to spend on AI tools, what do you recommend? And honestly, for the average person, if you only have $20 a month to spend, you will get the most bang for your buck with ChatGPT Plus, in my opinion. There's just way more features and functionalities of ChatGPT Plus that you can do for $20 a month versus what you can do on Claude Pro or Perplexity Pro. You can create custom GPTs, ChatGPT projects. You can generate images. There's more AI models to choose from with a ChatGPT Plus subscription. You can use the Search GPT functionality. You can use deep research. Now, it's very limited, but you can still use deep research. You can use DALL-E 3, like I mentioned. You can use ChatGPT Canvas mode. I just think for $20 a month, if that's all you have to spend, you're going to get the most bang for your buck with ChatGPT Plus. Now, the only caveat to that is if you're doing anything heavily research related. So, if you're in academia or maybe you have a job that's mostly research related, then I could see justifying a $20 a month expense to Perplexity Pro versus ChatGPT Plus or Claude Pro. As you can build an AI research assistant, Perplexity Space, like I did here. I have separate videos. I'll leave a tutorial on that in the video description below. I also have video reviews of ChatGPT Plus and Claude Pro. You can find those in the description below as well. But in an ideal world, let's say you had $40 a month or even more than that to invest in AI tools. Well, my answer is going to change a little bit. I think with $40 a month, you should do the following. You should get Perplexity Pro, and you should also invest the remaining 20 in either ChatGPT Plus or Claude Pro. If you're heavily invested in copywriting and coding, I could see justification of Claude Pro because I am a big fan of Claude 3.7 Sonnet. I think for copywriting, it's better than GPT 4.0 or GPT 4.5. So I could see the justification for Claude Pro there, but for $40 a month, Perplexity Pro and either ChatGPT Plus or Claude Pro. It's hard to go wrong with those two tools at your disposal. And so now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Perplexity Pro is worth it for $20 a month? Do you think it's better than ChatGPT Plus, Gemini Advanced, or Claude Pro, which also costs $20 a month? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you. If you found value, be sure to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. And lastly, for those who are serious about wanting to learn AI and take their skills to the next level, I'd recommend joining my AI Marketing Insiders community. You can find the link below this video, and this is truly a no BS community for marketers, content creators, and business owners who are looking for real-world applications of using AI to grow their business and personal brands. Inside my community, I give you full access to all of my courses, which are worth over $1,000 in value. I do weekly live Q&A calls where every week you have 60 minutes to pick my brain. It's complete fair game. You get priority support, and I'm also adding monthly one-on-one calls for active members as well. So again, you can find the link to join the AI Insiders community below this video, and I am offering a 7-day free trial for new users. But most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.